Now that you've prepped your spray area and are familiar with your sprayer, it's time to start it up. In this section, we will discuss flushing storage fluid, filling the pump and gun, spray tip installation. As a first step, if your sprayer is new or has been in storage, you'll want to flush out the storage fluid. Be sure to put on your safety glasses before getting started. To flush out your sprayer, turn the prime spray valve to prime. Separate the drain tube from the suction tube and place the drain tube into a waste pail. If spraying oil-based materials, submerge the suction tube in mineral spirits or compatible cleaning solvent. If spraying water-based materials, submerge the suction tube in water. If your sprayer has the push prime feature, press it twice to loosen the inlet ball. Make sure the sprayer is plugged into a grounded outlet. Turn the power switch on. Slowly turn the pressure control knob clockwise until the pump starts. Allow fluid to flow out the drain tube into the waste pail for about 30 seconds until the fluid is running clear. Turn the power switch off. You are now ready to fill the pump and gun with paint. Stir your paint to make sure that it's fully mixed. It's a good idea to use a strainer bag to rid the paint of any unwanted sediments that might affect the finish and potentially clog the spray tip. Now, submerge the suction tube into the paint pail, leaving the drain tube still in the waste pail. The prime spray valve should still be pointing in the prime position. Turn the power switch on. The sprayer's motor should begin to run. When the paint comes out of the drain tube, turn the sprayer off. Disengage the gun trigger lock, point the gun inside the waste pail, and squeeze the gun trigger. Keep the trigger squeezed while you turn the prime spray valve to the spray position, then turn the power switch on. Continue triggering the gun into the waste pail until you see paint coming out of the gun. Release the trigger and engage the gun trigger lock so the trigger cannot be accidentally squeezed. The sprayer, hose, and gun are now loaded with paint. Clip the drain tube back onto the top of the suction tube so both tubes are in the paint pail. Remember to turn the pressure clockwise to increase the spraying pressure to high spray. The sprayer pump may not always run, and that's okay because Graco sprayers feature a demand delivery system. Your sprayer won't run until the pressure control knob is turned up to a point where the pump demands delivery. This system allows your Graco pump to last longer because it only pumps when needed. And if you spray for long periods of time, you'll appreciate the quiet when you're not pulling the trigger. Before installing the spray tip and guard, double check that the gun trigger lock is engaged. Make sure the metal seal and black rubber gasket are in the guard. Use the spray tip to align the seal and gasket in the guard. Attach the spray tip and guard assembly into the gun and hand tighten the retaining nut. Be sure that the arrow-shaped handle of the spray tip is pointing forward and that it's inserted completely into the guard. The arrow-shaped handle of the spray tip points forward when it's in the spray position and can be turned backward for unclogging the spray tip. This is why Graco spray tips are called reversible spray tips. This is important because when debris mixes into the material, it will clog the spray tip and the sprayer will stop spraying. To unclog the spray tip, engage the trigger lock and rotate the spray tip to the unclog position. Disengage the trigger lock and trigger the gun at the waste area to clear the clog. Engage the trigger lock and rotate the spray tip back to the spray position to continue spraying. If you experience several tip clogs within a few spray passes, you may want to strain your paint to remove the larger particles that are in your material. Reversible spray tips can also be used to spray either vertically or horizontally, depending on the position of the guard and your preference. Turn the guard so the spray tip is located on top to spray vertically. Turn the guard so the spray tip is located on the side to spray horizontally. Remember, never put your hand in front of the spray tip and never point the gun at yourself or anyone else. Selecting the correct spray tip is vital to the quality of your finish and to the performance of your new Graco sprayer. Your sprayer comes with a 515 spray tip that's used in most common applications with paint on larger surfaces. If you plan to spray smaller surfaces or thinner material such as stain, refer to your operator's manual for the recommended spray tip, which is available at your local retail store. Generally, a heavy material like exterior latex paint requires a larger spray tip hole size. Lighter materials like stains and enamels require a smaller spray tip hole size. On average, a Graco carbide spray tip will spray 15 to 40 gallons or more before it needs to be replaced. Spray tip life depends on the quality and abrasiveness of the material being sprayed. Most materials will identify which spray tip to use on the outside of their container. Make sure the spray tip size you select is supported by your sprayer. Visit your local Graco retailer or visit Graco online for additional information on spray tip selection. Once the spray tip and guard assembly are properly installed, you're ready to spray.